What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jayana, and I just want to thank you all for joining me for another tutorial. So it is officially summer, so that means that down here in Georgia we are officially melting. Yes, it's scorching hot. The highest I believe it got was last week. It was like 103. But I don't feel like I should be complaining because I know other states are melting as well. But it's a hot summer, so if you don't believe in climate change, this summer will prove it. So yeah, I figured I would come with y'all with a matte tutorial, matte everything. Usually I'm about hydration, glowiness, dewiness in the skin, and that's because my skin is just so dry. But I figured because it's hot and just living life, enjoying the summer, and you might want to look good and you want your makeup to last forever, so why not do something matte? And of course do something brown, because brown shadow is just my all-time favorite. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing today, and I just hope y'all enjoy the turnout of it. So before we continue with this tutorial, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. That's very important. Give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and click that bell so that you are notified of my future uploads. Anyway, y'all keep on watching, and I'll see y'all at the end of the tutorial. So I have done brows off camera. Y'all done seen me do brows like 10 million times. So yeah. So let's move on to the eyes. So for my base today, instead of using, the concealer shade that's at least like, I don't know, like 2 shades lighter to really brighten up the eyeshadow, I used a darker concealer, darker base, because I'm going to be placing a darker shadow on top of it. And I just really wanted to look pigmented, for it to be bold. I really wanted that matte brown look, that smoky look. So I laid down the base. This is the concealer from Juvia's place, and it is in the shade number 8. For the shadows today, I'll be using the In the Buff palette by Beats by Deb. This shade that I'm placing on my lids and will be blending out into my crease is called Hot Cocoa, and I'm just using a fluffy brush that I believe came from e.l.f., if I'm not mistaken. And I'm just blending that all onto my crease, blending it as much as I can on my lid to give me, like I said, that really bold, smoky look. Now I wanted to blend out the edges of that hot cocoa, and I'll be going in back into the In the Buff palette using the shade called Bleach Knots. And I'll just blend the edges out using a clean, fluffy brush. Alright, so now I'm applying a wing liner. This is the liner from the Crayon case. I really just overall suck at applying liners, but I'm trying to get better, so that's why I've been trying to incorporate wing liners more into my looks. So, and also I need to get some more liquid liner. I want more of a matte one. I feel like that'll be easier to work with, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. So apply lashes off camera. These are from Beats by Deb. All products, like I said, are in the description box if y'all want to know more about it. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This primer is bomb. I mean, it literally, broke the beauty internet. Y'all already know. It smooths out your face. Pores are not visible. And it just gives me a really clean base so that when I do apply my foundation, it applies easier. This foundation I'm using today are 2 of them. This is the Beauty Bakerie one and then the Maybeline. I like using these as a combination because my skin, first off, looks flawless. Like, it looks like skin. You feel me? And then also, I love the feel of my face with these foundations, I consider them matte, and the reason why I don't really have a really matte foundation is because me and matte just don't work. When you got dry skin and you put matte on top of it, and I've tried it, and it's just cracking, I don't like how it looks. So this is as matte as I will go. I applied the foundation using a brush, and now moving on to my concealer. The concealers I'm using today are from Milani and L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal Infallible concealer. I like these concealers. They do dry fast, so I had to blend them out really fast. And they give me a lot of great coverage. I'm laughing because y'all ever watch some videos of people that be off anesthesia? That's the funniest thing ever. Like, why does our bodies react that way? Like, either you're crying or you just really funny. I don't know, but those videos are hilarious. So yeah, applying the concealer, I blended that out using a wet beauty blender. Before I blended out the concealer, I did let it dry. This is going to create more coverage for me, and I just love the way this whole look came out, because you couldn't tell me nothing about the under eyes or that brightness. It was smooth, okay? So blending this out using a damp beauty blender, not a wet one. I don't know if I said wet or not, but it's damp, and this is just helping with picking up the extra concealer that I may have used, and then I go back in with the foundation brush to blend in everything together to, just not to make everything so noticeable. I don't want you to see the lining of the concealer and then the foundation, so I blend everything together. I'm setting the concealer using the Wet n Wild loose setting powder in the shade Banana. I really adore this setting powder. If you're looking for a good affordable or drugstore one, I would prefer the Wet n Wild. It's very smoothing. It is kind of on the dry side, but like I said, it's very smoothing, so I give it a pass. Now I'm going to go in and contour my face. I'm using the shade Stick from Juvia's Place. It's in the shade Katsina. I am going a little higher up from my cheek, and, well, not really my cheek. I don't know what that part of my face is, but I'm going a little higher because I want my face to look lifted. I love this shade Stick. I love this shade. I love the warmth it gives me. Sometimes I do go overboard, such as today. As you see, I kind of went heavy-handed, but I kind of liked it. I like the warmth of it, and it's summer. You want to look like a baddie, a summer goddess. You want to look glowy, golden hour. You feel me? So it wasn't too bad. I used my same foundation brush I used to blend out my foundation. I used it to blend out the concealer. And I mean, come on, y'all. Come on. I was looking like a summer goddess. Come on. To set that contour, I am using, this is the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place. And I'm using that brown shaded dot palette. And I'm just setting where I put the contour. And then I carved out my cheeks using the setting powder from Bakerie in the shade Almond. My Watch Me palette, that blue just always breaks. Every time that's my second palette I bought from there, and it just breaks. But I'm using the shade Berries from the Crayon case. It's called the Watch Me blush palette, and I use that as blush. And then I am smoking out my waterline, well, my bottom line, whatever you call that line. And then I'm using a nude pencil. This opens up my eyes, as you can see, and that is why I prefer a nude or beige pencil in my waterline. Setting my face with the Morphe Setting Mist, ColourPop for the lip liner, and then I also use the shade Scorpio. This is the Juvia's Place Luxe lip liner, and then I'm going in with the Wet n Wild lip gloss in the shade Sin Nudes, and that's pretty much that. So y'all just stick around until we get to the end. All right, good people, we've come down to the end of the tutorial. Let me tell y'all something. I'm loving this look. I love just a simple brown shadow, throwing some really fluffy lashes, and just a beat face, right? And with the foundation that I use, I know for a fact, even though I'm not going anywhere, this foundation is not moving. I am not sweating, or I'm probably still gonna sweat because I'm fat. But anyway, it's just gonna last. And I love the Bakerie's foundation because it really just has my skin looking like skin, right? And I don't usually use the Milani concealer, but I will say that I did love it today. And I don't usually use the L'Oreal, at least on my face, but I'm loving it as well. And when as fast as it dries, I know that I will not be creasing, especially with that Wet n Wild foundation, Wet n Wild powder, sorry. The lips are giving life. I love overlining my lips. I really love overlining my lips. And I'm just loving my cheeks and I'm just really enjoying this look. Okay, but my edges are just not working today, okay? They never do. But anyway, this is the end of the tutorial. I really hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. Hope it was easy. Hope you learned something. And if you want to use this look for just everyday outing, go right ahead. It's very simple to do and you can get easily out the door. It took me long because I'm filming, but trust me, this look takes no time. Less than 30 minutes, I would say. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed today's tutorial. Thank y'all so much for watching, and again, I will see y'all in my next video.
Mwah.